Hi, today I'm going to be showing you how to make kawaii toasts out of polymer clay that you can turn into either earrings or necklaces. If you're interested, I do have craft kits available with everything you need to make this craft. Find them on my website. So first off, I'm taking some beige clay and some dark brown clay. These are the main colours I'll be using in this craft. When working with polymer clay, always remember to condition it. This means rolling it around in a ball, squishing it, and just making it so that the clay is soft. This can take about 5 minutes, and the clay should feel just harder than Play-Doh when you're finished. Next, split your ball of beige clay in two, as we're going to be making 2 pieces of toast. Now roll your dark brown clay into a sausage shape. If the shape becomes too long and hard to work with, you can just cut it in half and just work on one half. Now take one of your beige pieces of clay and flatten it and shape it into a square. This will form the basis of the piece of toast. You're going to want to do this to both pieces. Next, you're going to need a rolling pin. You can use an acrylic one like this, you can use your dotting tool from your craft kit, yours should be a wooden one, or you can use a marker pen like this one. Any option will work perfectly fine. Now begin to roll flat the dark brown sausage of clay. Do this gently and leave it slightly thick still. You don't want it to be too flat. Now take one of the beige squares of clay and place it on top of the rolled out dark brown clay. Roll the dark brown clay around it to make the crust of the toast. Once it's all the way around, just cut off the excess. You can then squish it with your fingers, just make sure that it's attached on properly and that it looks good. Here I'm using the tip of my dotting tool to make sure the dark brown clay is pushed on properly. Now roll out 4 very small black balls of clay. These will be the eyes. Use your dotting tool to make a space for each eye to go in and add it to the toasts. The next part can be a little tricky. Roll the black clay into a very thin sausage. Cut off a very small piece and we're going to be using this to make the mouth. Gently bend it into a U shape with your fingers. You can use your dotting tool to move it from your fingers to the toast, and then place it very carefully. You may have to try a few times to get this right. Don't rush yourself, as this is very tricky. Next, roll out 4 very small balls of pink clay, smaller than the eyes, and add them just to the bottom of the eyes to the outside edge. If you're unsure where to place these, check the reference image at the beginning of the video. Next, add texture using your dotting tool. Just make a few lumps and bumps on the clay to make it look more like bread. Next, take a tiny amount of white clay and roll 4 tiny balls. You're going to add these to the top right of each eye just to add a little shine into their eyes. Now roll out 2 balls of white clay and flatten them into circles. These will be the egg whites. Place them in the top right corner of each of your toasts. Then use your dotting tool to add some texture to the white clay to make it look more like a fried egg. Then roll out 2 balls of yellow clay and squish these flat. These will be the egg yolks. Add these on top of the white clay. Now we're going to add the eye pins. This can be very tricky, so take your time and be careful. You can twist them and push them in, making sure not to push them out through the front or back of your design. You may want to go back in and add a little bit more texture with your dotting tool, as you may have squished this out when adding the eye pins. Place your charms on some tin foil on a baking tray. If using Fimo Soft, like I am, bake at 100 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Once you've allowed the toast to cool, carefully take the eye pins back out. Squeeze some super glue onto your tin foil, put the eye pin in the super glue, put it back into the toast, take it out and repeat this process one more time. This should hold the eye pin in securely. Next, I'm going to show you how to turn these into either earrings or necklaces. For earrings, you're going to need to take your tweezers and open the loop at the bottom of the earring hook. Then hook this around the loop at the top of the eye pin, like this. Then just carefully close that loop back up with your tweezers. This can be a little bit tricky. For necklaces, you're going to need to take a jump ring and open it up with your tweezers, like this. And then loop that through the loop at the top of your eye pin. Carefully close it again with your tweezers and then just add this to the necklace chain. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope my instructions were clear enough. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!